Dan the Natural Man Show. Hey everybody, it's been quite a while since I made a video. Something's going on my channel. I noticed a few weeks ago that my viewerships went way down, and I don't know what the deal is. I mean, it went from like 5,000 a month down to 300. I don't know. But here's a lot of screwy things that can go on with YouTube sometimes, so maybe we'll just wait it out and see what happens. But today I want to talk about the stress hormone known as cortisol. And a lot of you have probably heard of cortisol before. It is a stress hormone that is released during times of physical and mental stress. But why would we want to lower cortisol? Well, here's the thing about cortisol. The body was designed to release cortisol only when we are in a real life fight or flight situation. For example, you've heard it many times, a tiger is chasing you, a bear is chasing you, whatever it is, you're actually in a life threatening situation. Well, cortisol is a lifesaver in situations like those because cortisol increases the blood flow, it increases the blood pressure, it increases the adrenaline, it prepares your body to fight or flight to save itself. But the problem comes in when, for most of us in modern day society, most of us don't face a true threat to our lives every day. But we face stressors, and over time, this stress can build up. And we start to release cortisol over just about anything. And cortisol that is released continuously can lead to health problems. It can lower our immunity. It can disrupt our blood sugar regulation. It can even raise our cholesterol. It can raise our blood pressure. It even can affect the function of our thyroids. Actually, cortisol in this manner is actually a toxin, and we talk about toxins a lot on this channel. So how do we get rid, well, we can't completely get rid of this, but how can we lower the toxic levels of cortisol in the body so we can go back to a relaxed state? We usually, well, we'll want to try to stay in relaxed state. This is hard. I have problems. And I think most of you out there have problems. So the first thing we can do, I got 10 things that we can do. Ashwagandha. I know you probably heard of the herb ashwagandha. It is an herb that is familiar in the Ayurveda discipline of health. They have done a study with ashwagandha in people under chronic stress. The individuals took 132 milligrams up to 5,000 grams. I think it was 5,000 grams. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Participants took 125 milligrams up to 5 grams a day. They did this over a number of weeks. At the end, their cortisol levels were 11 to 32% lower. Now, that is a pretty big discrepancy, but if you're on the higher end, that is pretty impressive from just taking a herb. This is just the herb, remember. They're not doing anything else. Just the herb. Number 2, holy basil. Holy basil is another great adaptogen that can help us with our stress levels. A study done with holy basil, the participants at the end of the study saw a 39% greater improvement in stress symptoms than the placebo. Their body returned to normal cortisol and stress hormone levels. So they were saying the study that holy basil may be able to bring your nervous system back into balance even while you're under stress. This is a huge finding. So holy basil should definitely be part of our programs if we're suffering from chronic stress, anxiety, cortisol. If your cortisol is always higher, it's going to lead to anxiety. Number 3, I put valerian. Valerian doesn't necessarily lower your cortisol levels, but it helps you to relax. And the key to all these, to get our cortisol in balance, is we want to learn how to relax more. We all need to learn how to relax more, and any of the herbs that help us, like valerian and skullcap and linden and lemon balm, all these herbs help us relax. Over time can help us lower our cortisol because our body is more relaxed. Number 4 is the BComplex supplement. B vitamins are actually involved in stress hormone regulation. So if we're not getting enough B vitamins while we're under a lot of stress, the regulation of our cortisol levels can go haywire. And another thing about, if we are stressed a lot, it depletes our body of B vitamins. So I would always tell you it's better to get your B vitamins from food. It may not necessarily be possible, especially if you're under a lot of stress. So taking a really high quality B complex could definitely help you in that situation. B complex vitamins. Magnesium. Magnesium is another very important but often overlooked mineral that our body needs on a daily basis. Remember, B complex vitamins and magnesium are water soluble, which means every time we go to the bathroom to urinate, we're losing some B vitamins and some magnesium. And stress also eats up our magnesium levels. And a study found that the lower the magnesium level in the body, the higher our cortisol was. But the good news is, the higher that our magnesium levels are, the lower that our cortisol is. So it's imperative to eat foods that are high in magnesium. But again, especially if we're trying to heal from chronic stress, it would be wise to take a good magnesium supplement. And Calm is one that comes to mind. Calm is an excellent magnesium supplement. Another herb, Rhodiola, is another adaptogen. And it also helps negate negative effects of stress. And a study found that in just 1 week of the stress participant, when the participants who were stressed took Rhodiola, their stress levels started to, the negative effects of the stress levels started to dissipate. Anything that we can do while we are in stress to negate some of the side effects, we should do. Exercise. 150 to 200 minutes a week of low to moderate exercise can help lower our cortisol and other stress hormones and help relax the body in general. Now we're talking low to moderate levels of exercise. Intensity. High intensity exercise can actually do the opposite. High intensity can raise our cortisol levels because it is a stressor. We're talking about hard sprinting, very heavy weightlifting, things of that nature. So we're trying to get rid of stress and anxiety. We want to make sure we're doing low to moderate, which would be things like walking, hiking, moderate cycling. I love cycling. Bicycling has been shown to lower cortisol levels, especially if you have a trail and you could be out in nature. And number 10, last but not least, I need a volunteer for this one. Jack, come here. Jack, come. Jack. Where's my volunteer at? Come here, Jack. Number 10. Come here, buddy. Come on. Number 10 is if you have a great dog or a cat at home, studies have shown that petting your beloved pet can drastically lower your cortisol levels. And it also does the same thing for your pet. When you pet your dog or your cat, it also lowers their stress and their stress hormones. So it is a win-win situation for your loved ones. So I really hope you found this video interesting and useful. If you like the video, of course, like it and share it. Subscribe to my channel. Check out my page, danthenaturalman.com. I've put up 2 new articles recently, one on high blood pressure and one on migraine headaches. And remember, until next time, keep it natural.